What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's beautiful project, this Nissan Z. This is the wide body version 2, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I love the Nissan Z. Absolutely beautiful car. I would love one of these in real life, but today we're going for that wide body version 2. Looks absolutely fantastic. We got ours from the auction house. This one's available in the auction at the salon and the junkyard, and well, it's not too bad. The frame's very good, the interior is not too shabby, and the rest of it's a little bit low there, but it's not too bad at all. Did we get a good deal? Absolutely not, but I'll take that. It's very little. We bought it for 28,300 and can sell it for 27,435, losing out on 865 before we've even started, but I'm sure we'll be able to claw that back today. The engine in this one is the V6, the double overhead cam VQ37 VHR. The only option is to really swap it to a rear wheel drive equivalent. We're going to keep it with the version that we've got in there today. Throw all of the performance parts on it. Make this one as incredibly powerful as we can. Ready to tear up the racetrack again today. See if we can get this one into the top 5 onto the board. It's got 420 factory horsepower, so it's not too shabby. We should be able to increase that by quite a bit and get this beast into a good time maybe on the board. We have sort of established that the lower horsepowers are doing better numbers apart from the Hinata Moon. I think that's just an epically good build and a way to drive a vehicle. So our goal today is to get it at least into the top 3, but I'm hoping to sort of knock that top spot off. But we shall see. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Don't forget about the competition currently running over on the official Red Dot Games Discord server, where we are all building the P11-based McLaren. Any version of that one looking pretty epic. Mine is going to be coming up very, very soon. So make sure to click the link in the description down below and go and take part in that one. It's just a lot of fun. And plus, there's plenty of people there. If you ever get stuck with the game, can always give you a helping hand. But let's get on with this beautiful Nissan Z. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. In the car wash with the Z, it's missing a few bits and it's very dirty. So let's get it cleaned and see what colour it is underneath. What are we going for? Just a flat black. Not too... It's actually not flat black, is it? That's sort of like an off grey, but I'm quite liking it. Not what we're going with today. You've already seen the thumbnail, you know. So let's get the interior done, get this beast back on the lifter, and start getting it all back together. Before we get it all back together, we've got to get it torn apart first. I almost missed that one. But let's get in and check for that oil pan. There is no engine at all in here. The engine is completely missing. Okay, so I don't need the car up in the air. Probably should have checked that before I started this scene, but never mind. Back down you go. We need to go and build a whole brand new engine for this Nissan Z. So that's something different we don't have to do very often here. What have we got inside the engine bay then? Absolutely nothing. We are missing everything from the engine bay. Medium intercooler, radiator, air filter, brake servo, fuse box, wishy-washy reservoir, coolant reservoir, ABS pump, power steering pump, ECU, battery tray, battery and all the setup, fuel tank and fuel pump, plus some suspension pieces, all of the exhaust, and that entire engine is all missing. So we need to get all of that sorted. I've got nothing to drain out, so I'm just going to crack on, get all of this bought, make sure we've got everything for the engine, and then come back and sort out the suspension. But when we come back, it'll be time to start working on this beautiful Z's bodywork, and we should have everything else mechanically bought, repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back onto this beautiful Nissan Z. So let's crack on with it. I should be back in just a moment. That's everything mechanical, repaired, replaced, or upgraded. Now we need to sort this bodywork out, so let's just start ripping it off. That is the suspension. Didn't mean to go into that. There we go. Front bumper, headlights, out you come. Hood, other fender on the other side. Door, no window or mirrors. Windshield, off you come. Rear body window isn't a piece. Side skirt is a piece. Rear bumper is a piece. And the trunk and spoiler. Oh, no, spoiler was one piece. Trunk is a separate piece. Tail light. Anything on there? Body window on that side is in. Just make sure I did just miss that one. There we go. Then what have we got? The side skirt. No door on this side. And we already got the fender off. So that should be everything for the body. Let's get in and get the beautiful Recaro Nismo seats out of there. And that lovely Z steering wheel. There we go. Is that everything? That's not the screen I want. 1% on there. And we've missed engine cover and car part 5. So engine cover is a nice, easy one. Let's see if we can figure out what car part 5 is. Oh, there it is. Right, I was just about to say I'll be back in a second. But there we go, a nice simple trim pieces, easily found, and then that should be everything. There we go, nothing else on there. Frame's at 75%, and I bought the car for a little over 28,000, stuck on the frame. What do we reckon? 750. 1,000, not far off. Let's jump in and take a look at the body shop for the Nissan Z. I already had a sneak peek there. Now, nothing is effectively well labelled to show what's which, but obviously I'm going to just get this car back together pretty much as it came, and then we will decide from there which parts we're going to use. There are lots of different options, lots of front bumpers. I'm loving that. There's so much option on there. Lots of fenders. The doors are just the doors. The hoods, there's a few options for the hoods. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that one. We'll come back to it. Headlights, you've got a couple of ones on there. Tail lights, you've also got a few options. Loads of rear bumpers. Lots of rear fenders as well for that wide body kit. And then a few options for the trunk. Probably going to go for that paintable one on there today, but not sure. Let's start getting it all back together. Figure out what goes where. How good this little Nissan Z is going to look. Then get it into the paint shop and pick some wonderful colours for it. Let's get this beautiful little Z car all back together then and into the paint booth. Let's just get it on. All the Need for Speed stuff. I know there's multiple stuff named Need for Speed, so I just put it back together pretty much exactly as it came apart. I did swap this hood out to one of the cut-out vented hoods, I guess. The headlights I swapped to a paintable one. We'll try and throw some colour on them a little bit later on. Windshield is just the windshield, and so are the doors, so in they go. Side skirt is the same one that came off of it. Windows and mirrors are just what they are, so in you go and in you go. Rear fender is exactly the same one that's meant to be on this wide body version 2. Let's get around to the other side and get all of this in. Again, a wing mirror and windows are just what they are, and the body panels are directly what came off of this. Just press X to add it to your shopping list to replace it with the exact same stuff. I did swap the trunk out to the paintable one. We're going to add some colour to that one later. Rear bumper is the big bumper, and then obviously the lights. We've swapped to paintable ones. We'll try and throw some colour on that a little bit later. Car part 4, we've gone for the black logo, which actually ends up as a white logo, but it's a black and white logo, and it looks fantastic on there. Then we've got the trunk window, which I put paintable louvered vents on there. Going to try and make them look cool if we can. We may swap some things out. The spoiler is this big old double style spoiler. I don't even know what to call it. Just looks absolutely fantastic. Then the car part 5s, which we did miss when we're tearing it apart, but there we go. I've gone for them in paintable so we can add a splash of colour in there later, depending on what we want to go with. I think that's everything. So let's get, I haven't bought a plate yet, so I'm going to have to sort a plate out because I'm an idiot, but there we go. Let's get on and get this interior in. We've obviously kept it as the beautiful Recaro and Nismo 350Z seats. And we've also 350, 370Z seats. We've also got that 370Z steering wheel because it's got the Z logo on it. And this is just a straight up Nissan Z. And I absolutely love it. I wonder if we can get this version of the front bumper with the black logo on. I'll find out in a minute. But I think that's everything. Let's double check. We haven't got the license plate, so I think that is all we're missing there. I need to buy a license plate. See if we can swap that front bumper out for one with the black logo. If we can, that would be fantastic. But let's get this beast into the paint shop. Let's get some colour on it. That's everything painted on the beautiful Nissan Z in this matte purple with lots of white accents and a few splashes of black on there. Looking very good. We had to take all of these parts off and paint them all individually. I'll just quickly show it. Let's just take this front right fender off and show you how to do it. Let's go and type in front, or as close as we can get. There it is. Front right fender. Select your purple or whichever colour you want. We've obviously been using it. And then you go into the little water droplet. And then go through here and scroll what you want. Obviously, if you change it to wood, you get them in the wood. Definitely not what we're going for. You've got white, red, steel, black, aluminium, chrome, chrome plated. You can change it to whichever one you want. So let's just go back to white. And then you go through. So the normal one is replace material. So that will all go white like that. And then if you go to mixed one, that's everything, or everything. Then mixed one, you get the purple, the white, and then this trim in the engine bay white, which we didn't want. So mix 2, mix 3, still with the trim white, but the piece is black. And then number 4 is the one with the grey in there, which is what we want. And the fins in the white. Not going to repaint it because that is the colour that is already on it. Looking absolutely fantastic. There we go. And as you see, if we open up the engine bay, we've kept all these pieces here in the grey. By just making sure we got the right mix on it. We added some white to the headlights, white to the mirrors, white to this striped piece here. black for the louvered vents to match it in with the roof, which we couldn't change on that one. If we spent a bit more time designing it, we definitely could have, or I'm pretty confident we could have. We also got white in the rear tail lights and white on the metalwork for that spoiler. On the interior, as we swing all the way around, we've got a bit of purple added onto that Nissan Z steering wheel, or the 370Z steering wheel, and then a bit of white on the Recaro seats, white piping on the outside, with a white bit in the middle. Looking very nice. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. We've got purple, black, and a little bit of white in the engine bay, so we can play around with all the colours in there, making the engine look absolutely incredible. So now we're going to crack on, get everything else painted, get this beast back on the lifter, start getting it all back together, looking absolutely fantastic before we take it over to the racetrack. And we've got the plate now. It just says a Wide Boy Z, because this is a Nissan Z, and it's definitely a wide boy, looking fantastic. That's everything painted, ready to go back on the beautiful Nissan Z. Looking absolutely stunning in purple and white. Let's get started with these shocks. We've got purple shocks and white springs on there. Looking absolutely beautiful, loving that. Let's get you off of there and let's start getting some of this in. What did you all think of the clip in the last episode? I'm going to try and replicate it, but it's not always that easy. But let's get started. We've got the medium intercooler at the front in the white, and that front suspension cross member also in the white there. There we go. I'm going to crack on and get everything else in, and then we'll talk about it all in a moment. Just putting on that last Brumbo brake caliper without any logos on it today, because it's just in that purple. And then getting to the two bits I couldn't quite reach, which were the wheel hub bearing and that rear drive axle, just in a cheeky white there. There we go. That's half of the rear suspension finished. Lots of purples, lots of white, and a couple of bits of that steel black in there as well. Just to finish it all off, we've done some differently coloured bushings, such as if they're in white, they're purple, and if they're in purple, they're white. Looking very nice on there, and we've done very similar up the front. Obviously, on the main cross member, you got the purple bushings, and then on the lower suspension arm, you got the white bushings. Lots of mixed of purple and white in there, and a few little splashes of that steel black. Looking very, very good. Very pleased with that one. Let's crack on, and let's get the other side of the suspension all in and ready to go. And then when we come back, it'll be time to build that beautiful V6 engine. All the suspension finished in that beautiful purple white, and a little bit of that steel black just dropped in a few places just to get it all fixed up and looking good. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below. Before we jump on with the engine bay, I forgot about the fuel tank. We have done that one in a cheeky purple, and we've lost all the texture on it because I've gone for a full coating finish effectively, and we've got the fuel pump in a cheeky little white down there. But let's get back at the front and let's get this engine bay all sorted out and ready to go. Wishy-washy reservoir, coolant reservoir, we've got this stage 3 type A ECU, power steering reservoir just in there. Underneath the coolant reservoir, we've got the ABS pump in a white with the module in a purple and black combination. Not by choice, that was just what it came out. It looks fantastic though. Battery tray in a white. Battery obviously in there, our performance part battery. Bracket tray in a white on the top, and then the two chrome rods, both in a beautiful purple on there. Looking very, very nice. In you go and in you go. Jumping over to the other side, fuse box already in a lovely white. Then we've got the brake servo. Then we've got this beautiful air filter, which is in white. Looking very nice on there. In you go, in you go. And on with the cover and get it all bolted in. Nicely done. And then we've got the radiator, which is in a purple with a white fan housing kit and two purple fans on there. Also looking very nice. Pleased with that. That is looking fantastic in there. Do think we've got everything. But now we need to go and build that beautiful V6 engine. Let's get into here. Let's get it out of our pockets and onto the stand. Looking very, very nice. We've got the block in a black on there with a little bit of white just for some accents. Then we've got the engine heads in a full white. I did want to mix them, white and purple, but I couldn't get them to both come out the same. So we've gone with all white on them in the end. We've also got the intake manifold in a white in there. And then we've got the camshaft cap in a black. This side's all finished and ready to go. If we nip round to this side, it's got a few bits missing. So we've got 3 spark plugs on either side, so 6 in total. Then we've got camshaft and a rocker arm, and on the other side I do believe they're opposite, so it's like the A and a rocker arm A. Can I get to it? Rocker arm B still, so never mind. But there we go. One camshaft A, B. Wait, was that camshaft A? I'm confused myself now. It was one camshaft A, one camshaft B, two rocker arm Bs. Then you've got two camshaft caps, which I have done in the steel black, just to keep with the colour theme going. And then you've got two rocker arm A's on top. The rocker arm A's do need some extra additional camshaft caps. There is 4 of them to go in total. So let's just get all of them in. Looking nice. In you go, and in you go. Then we can move on to the front of the engine. Now, timing cover D. I like this one. This is in purple and steel black, mostly in the black, just with a couple of little purple accents in the middle there. Not that it's going to matter, because you're never going to see it once you've hidden it underneath all of the cam gears. 2 B's, 2 A's in there, nice and simple. Then we've got 2 timing chain B's. In you go. Water pump, just in the middle there. Not painted any of this, because it's all under another cover. Then we've got another timing chain, and then timing chain shoe B at the top, and timing chain shoe A underneath. Looking quite nice. Then we got the cover with a lot of bolts. This one is in a purple, but it's purple and white, as you can see there. So let's just get all these bolts bolted up. There we go. That's all in. Now we can get this oil pan in. This is a 2-tone oil pan in the purple and white. Looking very nice. Pleased with that one. Good job on there. Let's just get you all bolted in, and then let's crack on with the front of this engine. We've got the crankshaft pulley in a purple. All of the idle rollers are also in that lovely purple. So let's just get them all in and looking good. In you go, in you go. One more just over here. In you go. Then we've got the alternator, which is in purple again. Looking nice. Power steering pumps in a purple and white, just to give it an extra bit of definition. And then we've got more timing covers up here, which are purple and black steel. You've got these little bits on here, just in the black steel. Did do them in white originally, and then changed my mind because it was a bit too much white. So we just went with the black steel on there. We got a little gloss black belt, and then a lovely purple belt tensioner, just to finish off that front there with the oil filter in a forced white. Looking nice. Swinging on around, engine head covers. These are in a purple and white. Just got a little bit of the white on the end there. Looking very good. In you go. With the ignition coils also just in a white on there, finishing it off. Nip round to the other side. Let's just get you in and all finished up and ready to go. Then we can move on and get some more of this beautiful engine done. In you go, in you go, in you go. Then we got fuel rails, both again in purple and in white. Got a little bit of white clips just down on them, but the main fuel rail itself in a purple. Then we got intake manifold A in a purple and white. You can just see some tiny little white accents on the corners there, but it just finished it off in my opinion, looking pretty good. Fuel filter just down the back, that's also in a cheeky little white. And then we got the throttles in a lovely white and purple on there, just finishing it all off. There is a couple of engine covers that go on top of this one, so let's just get these throttles in and then get them head covers on, or engine covers on, whatever you want to call them. In you go. Then we got engine cover A, purple and white. You saw that coming from a mile off. And then engine cover B, also in that purple and white on there. Looking very good. Last piece to go in are the exhaust manifolds. These are in white, but they're black steel. Just one tiny little splash of white. Just this little sheathing. I don't know what it is, what it's there for, but I figured you could paint it a different colour. So we're going to, and we're going to get a bit of that white on there. Looking very, very nice. Pleased with that. Looking absolutely fantastic. Let's get it dropped in our beautiful Z car and see how good it looks. There is an engine cover on it, so it's going to be a bit covered anyway, even with the engine covers. Engine cover under an engine cover. I don't know what's going on there, like some Inception style stuff going on. But there we go. Let's go into photo mode just so we can get a little bit higher. And with that engine cover on there, although you can't really see the Nissan lettering in the badge, it still looks very good. I'm liking that. Lots of purple, lots of white, and just a little bit of black to finish it off. But there we go. Let's get it up in the air. Let's get the gearbox, the drive shaft, and all of that beautiful exhaust in, ready to get this beast of a car all finished off and ready to go. The gearbox is in a white and black, mostly in black, with a few little white accents down the end there, like in that one. Starters on this side, got to remember that. We've just done the starter in a forced white, just to keep that white theme going on. Then all of this exhaust is just in a steel black. So let's get it all in. In you go, in you go. This has got welding marks on it, looking beautiful. In you go, and in you go. We do have the rear bit to go, but we'll just do this drive shaft first, which we've just done in a purple. Just add a splash more colour to the underside. And then we've got the final last little bits of the beautiful 370Z exhausts, which do officially state they're in purple, but they're in black. But the tips are in a lovely purple. Let's take a walk out Very dark, bit of clipping, a little bit of extra clipping on them. Not a big fan of that, but there we go. And then purple tipped exhaust sticking out the back. Let's get you back down so we can have a better look at that. That's looking pretty good. Not a big fan of that whiteness in there. I did try and fix this, but I could not get it to go. I mean, if I'd had a few more hours to spend on it, I probably could have figured it out, but I didn't have that much. I just jumped in to try and fix it. It'll do. Maybe we'll come back to it another time because we are definitely keeping this bad boy. It looks absolutely beautiful. Loving this Nissan Z. But there we go. We've got some liquids to top up. We got some windows to tint. Some beautiful wheels to do. And then we get this lovely car outside in the sun, ready to go over to the dyno before going over to the racetrack. There we go. All finished with the purple and white Nissan Z. Looking absolutely fantastic. I love how this has turned out. Loving the colour scheme with the purple and white and a few splashes of black, obviously, just for good measure. And that engine, well, to me, that just looks absolutely beautiful in there. But let's talk about these rims. I've gone for the rim at 4 today. Nice and simple on that one. Very easy ones, just 20-inch rim. All of them are 20-inch rims all the way around. And the fronts are 275 width with a 30 profile on there. Looking very nice, finished in the white. The rears, again, a 20-inch rim. But these are 305 width with a 30 profile on there. So only a little bit of difference between the front and the rear wheels on there. Looking very nice in the white, though. Loving them. Getting Stradman vibes from this beautiful Nissan Z. He does have a Z as well. I wonder if he'll turn his purple. Probably not, but there we go. Anyway, let's get this bad boy started. I love the interior in here. But let's get this one started and listen to that V6 whine. Not bad at the top end. The tick over, a little bit plain, a little bit boring. Barely even hear it. It is in there with a little grumble. But when you give it some gas, sounding pretty mean at the top end. I am liking that. So let's get this beast onto the dyno, see what its horsepower is going to be and what its drag rating is today. On the dyno with the wide-bodied Nissan Z. 420 factory horsepower from that V6 engine. How much have we increased it by today with our performance parts and our TKAftermarket performance parts? Let's take a look and find out what its drag rating will be. Well, a gain of 445 horsepower, 106%, a whole new V6 engine, plus a little bit extra added on top there, bringing us up to 865 horsepower from the beautiful Z. And if we were drag racing, a drag rating of a 596. Not too shabby at all. Let's have a look at the gearbox tuning for today. There she is. We've gone for a 3 ratio. 85 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 412 in 6th gear. Not sure we'll be using the 6th gear all that much on the racetrack, but we shall find out in just a moment. ECU fully tuned up to 16%. Don't forget, a little clip just up here or a link in the description below for the ECU tuning shorts video. Or just look for the shorts on my channel. Definitely the easiest way to tune the ECU. I think I've found a little trick to it, so make sure you check that short out. But let's get over to the racetrack, see what we can do with the beautiful Nissan Z. We are trying to beat the Emden Jaeger in first place with a flying lap of 1:23.539. Will the Nissan Z be able to do it? Let's go find out. Well, here we are then on the racetrack with the beautiful purple and white Nissan Z. That big white wing mirror just off to my left-hand side there, but there we go. We're going to try and beat that Emden Jaeger today. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it, but we're aiming for a 1:23.539 from the flying lap. We'll do 2 laps, 1 standing lap, obviously from a standing start, and 1 flying lap. And obviously take them times, put them onto the racetrack lap time board and see where it ends up. Hopefully in the top 5. This will be the 10th car we've put around this beautiful racetrack. So let's just get on with it and see what we can do. Come on, little Z. Let's go off the line. Let's just get up into turn number 1 and try and not lose control early on. A little bit off the gas there as it slides around into turn number 2. Pulling us around. Still in 3rd gear. A little bit off the acceleration there. It's a little bit squirmy, but not that bad as he goes off-road completely. This is only the standing lap, so we're not going to worry about it too much. Let's just carry on into the big right-hander. Definitely think going to need first, apparently, for this gear. I definitely clocked down too many gears there, but the corner sort of worked out. That did not work out at all. That was awful, but there we go. Then onto the brakes. Down the gears. Oh, we've messed that up so badly. It's unbelievable. But let's just let it carry on around and hope we do better on the flying lap. A little bit of extra braking around there. Through the last corner. Oh, and across the line in a 136. That was not good timing at all. Hopefully we can massively improve on that on this flying lap, as I'm really struggling to handle this car at the moment. There we go. Through that section just about. Let's keep it all the way down through that corner. Oh, it is squirmy. It's not liking that at all. Well, there we go. Back onto the power. Let's get into the first banked turn. Whoa, I've gone way wrong on the gears there, but managed to recover it nonetheless. That was, I don't know what happened there. Try and keep it in third as we go around this corner. And then change into fourth now. Thank you. And then keep it flat through here without losing control. I did have to come off the acceleration there just to balance it back out again. Let's get into the big right-hand turn. Into fifth. Back down into fourth. Third. Second. Back into third. That was better than the first lap, let's be honest. I was going to say it wasn't as good, but it definitely was. Up into the big bank left. I think we should just keep it in fourth for this one. And let's get it going around. Nearly lost control there. Pulling it round. Just touching the apex there on the exit. Happy with that. Let's definitely try and do better in the S section as we did on the first lap. We're going to brake a little bit first. Then we're going to slam on the brakes. Get it down into third. And then use that to pull us around. That was a lot better that time round. Happy with that. Little bit of extra braking for the final corner. Come on, Nissan Z. Oh, no, we're losing control. Balanced and across the line. There we go. What have we got there? A 1:28.9, a 1:6 for that flying lap, and a 1:36.624 for the standing. Definitely doesn't beat the Emden Jaeger with a 1:23, but hopefully that should be in the top 5 for definite. Maybe in the top 3. Let's get it back, get it onto the speeder board, and see if we could sell this beautiful car on for some profit, even though I am definitely keeping it. So where's the Z on the racetrack lap time board? A 4th place. That's not too shabby. 1:36.624 for the standing lap, and 1:28.9, a 1:6 for that flying lap. 4th place is not too bad at all. Out of 10 cars in the top half, I'm happy with that one from the beautiful Z. Not quite beating out the Porsche we did in the last episode, which was a bit of a shame, and definitely not beating that Emden Jaeger. I don't think that's going to get beaten for a little while yet. Maybe at some point in the near future, we shall see. But let's get back outside, see if we can make some money, or could make some money from that beautiful wide-bodied Nissan Z. I think that engine looks absolutely fantastic, and 4th place on the racetrack lap times board. Not too shabby. Let's talk some facts and figures, though. I bought the car for $28,300 at the beginning of the episode and could have sold it and lost out on $865, which isn't too shabby in all honesty, but we didn't do that. We spent a further $97,064 upgrading and modifying, tuning and painting this beautiful Nissan Z to how you see it right in front of you right now, paying our total spend at $125,364. Pretty good, but we spent quite a bit. Is there some money to be made? Even though we're definitely not selling the beautiful Nissan Z. There she is, all finished. I'm loving this purple and white. Such a good combination. The engine are fully ramped up from 420 horsepower to 865. A gain of 106%. A whole new engine, plus a little bit extra on top of there. Pretty good. But we spent 125,364 in total. Is there money to be made? With a sale of 233,900. That's a big sale price for a Nissan Z. Take away 125,364. Leaves us with 108,536 profit. If we were going to sell it, we are definitely not selling it. We are keeping this bad boy. It's going to go up in the front parking. What do you think it should take the place of? I'm going to leave it open to you guys. Let me know in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the name of the car, whichever you find easier. But 1 is this side, 5 is this side, 2, 3, and 4 in the middle. Let me know which one that you think we should swap with that beautiful Nissan Z. It's your decision. Let me know in the comments below. But what have we got up next? Well, next up is my competition entry. You can already see a couple of bonus neons just on the outside, a little bit on the front there. This is the McLaren. The one we've gone for is the 650S Liberty Walk, but we've also customized it. So it's the 650S VM Liberty Walk edition. Absolutely fantastic. I love this McLaren. It's so good. This one's from the auction house, and you can get it, the Liberty Walk version. Take that VM out. Auction house, junkyard, or the salon. The only place you can't get it is the barns. So there we go. It's in very good condition. Everything above 70%, apart from the bodywork, which is a little bit low. but we can definitely fix that one. Did I get a good deal on this one? Absolutely not. It's an expensive car, and I never do. 133,736 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 128,942, losing out on 4,794 before we begin. But there we go. The engine in this one is a V8 double overhead cam AXK TRS-M engine. M for mid-engined, and it's the twin turbo equivalent with 641 horsepower. I haven't added anything to it that isn't just for aesthetic or colour reasons. The engine, the setup is exactly the same as the Liberty Walk Edition. Just a few bits, like maybe a body panel here and there has changed. So if you wanted to build this exact one, you definitely could. Just a few body panels are different. The engine and suspension is all exactly the same as the standard version. So make sure you join us back here on Wednesday for this beautiful McLaren 650S Liberty Walk wide body. Cannot wait for this one. There is also a custom livery to go with it, which I will be releasing it to the workshop. What did you think of the beautiful purple and white Nissan Z today? I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a cheeky little like if you liked it. Don't forget to share this video, but make sure that you do smash that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed, and click the little notification bell so you just get a little notification whenever I release a video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to you for sticking around to the end. It's the biggest way to support me. Have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.